Good day, learners. I am Ramon R. Samson Jr., your future educator. And this is our video presentations about understanding ER concepts, processes, and models. But before we start, we have here an exercise that we brings to you. Here's is the instruction. Put check if the statement is correct and X if the statement is wrong. Question number 1. Recognize the definition of action research in the task and its applications in the field of education. Your time is started. Okay, and if your answer is check, you're correct. Question number 2. Recognize the essential features of an action research. Your time started. Okay, and if your answer is check, you're correct. Question number 3. Learn about the various models and how to conduct action research. Your time started. And if your answer is check, you're correct. Question number 4. Recognize the various action research processes. Your time started. And if your answer is check, you're correct. Intended learning outcomes. Use concepts and processes of action research. Identify sample models of ER such as of DepEd 2017, McNeff and Whitehead 2016, and Nelson 2014. Understanding and using action research concepts and processes. The definition of action research evolves over time. There is no singular definitions of action research. Anchored on the idea of inquiry by John Dewey, several other authors have advanced the concept of action research. Action research is a type of inquiry that is practical as it involves making changes to practice. Theoretical as it's informed by theory and can generate new insights. Concerned with change and improvements. Action research has been embraced in education for its value in transforming school practices by the practitioners themselves. It is used to address practical problems in the classroom. It is a process that allows teachers to study their own classrooms and school settings to improve their effectiveness. Teacher action research is a method of educational practitioner to engage in the assessments and improvements of their own practice. It is a tool to help classroom teachers consider their teaching method or to adopt strategy in order to solve everyday problem in the school settings. Here are some questions and answers that you need to know.
What are the core characteristics of action research teaching 2015? First, systematic. Like any form of research, it follows a system. Next, rigorous. It has rigor, meaning a strict adherence to the rules of empirical studies. Next, reflective. It follows a continuous reflection and action. Next, situational. It is more specific to the location, is called circumstances, teaching and learning. Next, participative. Action research can be participative where teacher and learners are co-researchers. Next, future-oriented. It seeks solution to the current problem for the future improvement.
Why is an action research useful to me as a teacher researcher? First, action research can help me to learn how to improve my practice as a teacher in terms of teaching methods, classroom management, preparation of the learning environment, developing instructional material, and assessment. Second, action research can help me to learn more about a wider range of research methods that I can use in the future. And then third, action research can provide me more space to think deeply about the issues that confront teaching and learning. And fourth, action research can help me engage with my mentor and peers to enable to me to improve my teaching practices through action research. And the last, action research can help me to develop new knowledge which is directly related to my area and specialization.
And question number 3, what types of classroom action studies that can I engage in? First, creating changes in the classroom practices. Example of this is, what changes will daily writing have on my students? You can use this as a guide in creating changes in the classroom practices. Next is establishing effects of curriculum restructuring. Example of this is, will the use of mother tongue enhance the reading skills of my learners? This example can be your guide in establishing effect of curriculum restructuring. And the next one is enhancing new understanding of learners. Example of this, what will happen when students get demotivated? You can use this example as a guide in enhancing new understanding of learners. The last one is teaching a new process to the students. Example of this, how can I teach third graders to do reflection? And this example can be your guide in teaching a new process to the students.
Models and guide in conducting an action research. McNiff and Whitehead 2006 adaptation, Nelson O 2014 model, and Department of Education 2017 model are the models and guide in conducting an action research. In McNiff and Whitehead model, there are 6 action research cycles which are observe, reflect, plan, act, evaluate, and modify. However, in Nelson's model, there are only 4 action research cycles which are observe, reflect, plan, and act. In McNiff and Whitehead model, the first action research cycle is observe, or identifying the problems. Here, by observing, you will see the problems or a problematic situations inside the classroom or the school. Next, of observe is reflect. In reflect, action researcher must reflect if what would be the results or what hope they would like to achieve if ever they have to make an action to address those problems they have seen. Next of reflect is plan. In here, the action researcher will make a plan about the intervention, strategy, or a way that they will use in making action. Next plan is act. After planning the strategy, the action researcher will take an action about what they have planned. Next of act is evaluate. Evaluate talks about the results or findings of actions that researchers made. Next is the last action researcher, which is modify. If ever the researcher will not be satisfied about the findings or the results, they will move to another cycle in order to get a new findings or a results. Those are the process of McNiff and Whitehead model. However, the Nelson's model are already same process with McNiff and Whitehead model.
Department of Education 2016-2017 model. There are 8 action research key components. 1. Context and rationale. 2. Action research questions. 3. Propose innovation, intervention, and strategy. 4. Action research method. Under the action research method, components: A. Participants and or other sources of data and information. B. Data gathering methods. C. Data analysis plan. 5. Action research work plan and timelines. 6. Cost estimates. 7. Plans for dissemination and utilization. 8. References. Action research process, identifying the problem. First, why I'm doing this. Second, what is the background of my action research? Third, what problem question am I trying to solve? Fourth, what do I hope to achieve? Propose plan. First, what do I plan as a solution to the problem I identified? Second, what innovation will I introduce to solve the problem? Third, what strategy should I introduce? Plan of action research. First, where to participate? My students. First, myself. Second, what are my sources of information? Third, how shall I gather information? Fourth, how will I analyze my data information? Action research work plan. First, what should my work plan contain? Targets, activities, persons involved, timeline, and cost. Second, how long will I conduct my intervention? For reliable results, 8 to 12 weeks. Action research cost. Consider also the maximum cost if externally funded like DepEd, LGUs, NGU, or personnel. Sharing results. First, I will share the result of my action research. Publish, present, flyers, lack seasons. Second, can I collaborate with other teachers to continue or replicate my study? References. First, what reading materials and references are included in my review of literature?
Action research source from McNiff and Whitehead 2016. Action research is a cyclical, resourceful process of observe, reflect, act, evaluate, and modify. Move in a new direction is known as an action reflection. In 2011, McNiff defined action research as a form of inquiry that enables practitioners to investigate and evaluate their work. Before that, Corey in 1953 viewed action research as a resourceful or repeated process, proceeding through a spiraling cycle of planning, action, reflection, and change. Action research is a dynamic process anchored on reflection, action cycle of observing, reflecting, acting, evaluating, and modifying. It is similar view in Nelson 2014 proposed an action research cycle that starts with observe, followed by reflect, plan, and act, which can also go through evaluating and modification. It also followed as cyclical process. That's all for today, new learners. I hope you learn more about AR concept, processes, and models, and know how to identify sample models and also how to make an action research. Thanks for watching. God bless. A special thanks to our instructors, the Deans of College of Teachers Education, the lifelong learner, Mr. Jonald D. Sia. I am Ramon R. Samson Jr., the Group 3 leaders of Field Study 2, and here are my group members. Altarejos Laika Avella, Rita Marisa Aliman, Almorin Sarah Joy Andeo, Orsavia Rose Ann Folvera, Garia Kimberly Baruga, Francisco Daphne Villanueva, Galanza Rebecca Barun, Maria Cristina Acohedo Oliva, Salsona Mayet Oldivo, Inuvay Vanessa Ferlas, Almero Tantan, Flores Ernie. And here are the editors of our video presentation: Ramon R. Samson Jr., Altarejos Laika Avilla, Rita Marisa Aliman, Almero Sarajoy Andeo, Orsavia Rose Ann Folvera. And here are the researchers of our video presentation. Ramon R. Samson Jr., Altareos Laika Avea, Rita Marisa Aliman, Almorin Sarajoy Aldeo, Orsavia Rose Ann Folvera, Garia Kimberly Baruga.
Thank you.